What's up, you guys? Welcome back. Or if you're new here, I'm Bryner and I am a flight attendant for a major US airline. Sorry y'all, I'm sinusy this week, so that's why I sound the way that I do, because whenever I get back into flying a lot, I always get very sinusy. Today we are going to be going on an ODAN trip together. I thought I would bring y'all along because this is one of the kind of, I guess, special trips that flight attendants do. Not special because in my opinion they're not very fun, but some people like them. ODAN stands for on duty all night, and tonight we're doing a Raleigh ODAN, which is where I'm living right now, but basically it's when you work the last flight from New York to Raleigh, or from, you know, your base to that destination, and then the first flight in the morning. So for example, we are working the last flight out of LaGuardia to Raleigh, and then we're going to work the first flight in the morning from Raleigh back to LaGuardia. Like I said, since I am living in Raleigh, first we have to commute from Raleigh to New York, and then tomorrow when the trip is over, we're going to commute back from New York to Raleigh. I feel like I'm being like extremely confusing right now, partially because I'm in a rush as usual, leaving an hour before the flight leaves. So we're gonna whip it to the airport, park in the deck because I still don't have my parking pass, and then we're gonna get on our commuter flight. Alright, you guys, so I am in my hotel in Raleigh now. I just wanted to show y'all really quick what the room looks like. Microwave, fridge, here's my stuff over here, little chair, bed, and another mirror over here. And yeah, pretty basic room, TV. So I am just gonna talk to y'all for the quickest second because I need to go to bed, or not go to bed, but I need to take a quick nap before our van, which is in 4 hours. So really I'm just gonna take like a 3.5 hour nap. Like I was saying earlier, I do live in Raleigh, and I talked a lot more about that in my last video. If you want to check that out, I will link it in the description. It talks all about how I'm based in New York again now, and that I am commuting from Raleigh for the next couple of months. So even though I live in Raleigh, it just didn't really make sense for me to go home since I do only have 3.5 hours to sleep before the van comes. And my parents' house is like 15 minutes away from the airport, so by the time that I drive there, get changed, do my skincare, go to bed, wake up, have to drive back, park, and take the shuttle back to the airport and everything, it's just like not worth it. So I came to the hotel with the crew, and my crew is awesome. I also just want to say, if you're a new hire and you're watching this, I want you to know that it does get better. The girl that I'm flying with, she's brand new. This is her second trip. She just told me that she's been having kind of a rough time since she started, and I reassured her that it is gonna get so much better. Even by the time that I got off probation, I had gotten so much more used to this job and the crazy schedule, just getting adjusted to being up in the air all the time, like your body adjusting to having to fly all the time. You're able to deal with the unstable sleep schedule a little bit better, and also obviously as you fly more, you get better layovers as time goes on. So I just kind of told her about some of the really cool trips that I have done in New York and a couple of the layovers that I had in Charlotte, and I think it made her feel a little bit better. But I just want y'all to know, even though this job does have its ups and downs, especially in the first year, that it does get better. It's already getting a lot better for me than when I first started. And with having to commute, commuting is a lot easier this time around. The trips that I hold are a lot better. And ooh, something that I don't know if I announced in my last video is that I do have a line next month. So that's another thing about New York. It is very junior right now, and a lot of people who are even more junior than I am, my seniority being only 11 months, they already have a line. I know that there's a couple people who were only 6 months in who have a line in New York. So that's really exciting, and that is always changing. The seniority of the bases is always changing, but for now, New York is very junior. I can't wait to have a line. It's gonna make commuting so much easier, and just planning my life and my flying schedule and not having to stress out about being on call anymore. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. I'm starting to ramble because I'm really tired, so I'm gonna go take my 3.5 hour nap, and then I will talk to you guys when I wake up. Okay, good morning guys. This lighting is so aggressive at 4 a.m. I have to be downstairs in 15 minutes, so let's get ready. Alright, hey you guys, it has been a couple weeks since I filmed that video, but I of course never did an outro because your girl's not very good at remembering to do outros, especially because I commute. I just will run onto my flight when I get back to New York from a trip, and then I forget to close out the video that I was filming. So we're gonna do a really quick outro right now. I'm back in Raleigh sitting in the coffee shop parking lot because I was just editing this video for like 3 hours. But I just want to touch on the fact really quick that even though I have vlogged for a couple years now, kind of on and off, I'm still very uncomfortable in front of the camera. Like, I feel like it's hard to be myself a lot of the time. I'll be in the mindset that I'm ready to go, I'm feeling like myself, but then the camera turns on and I get stage fright, which is funny because I actually always did have stage fright. I grew up as a dancer, and when I would go on stage, even though we practiced a million times and I was so excited for the performance, I would just get on stage and freak out. Like, I had zero stage presence once I actually went in front of the crowd because I was just so terrified of people watching me. I'm hoping that it's gonna continue to get better. I guess I just have to keep filming and pushing myself outside of my comfort zone, and then hopefully I won't be as nervous and I can show y'all more of like my real personality. But anyways, so to close out this video, I just wanted to answer a couple of questions that y'all ask me a lot on social media about commuting. Because for this ODAN trip, I did commute from Raleigh to New York, work back to Raleigh, spend my little teeny tiny baby overnight in Raleigh for 5 hours, and then once I worked back to New York, I commuted back to Raleigh. And I actually had that trip during my line month, but this month I am back on reserve, and everyone has been asking me how I commute when I'm on reserve, because no, I do not have a crash pad in New York. Originally, when I was based in New York last year, I used to stay with my brother. He lives in Long Island because he goes to college there. But now he lives in the baseball house with all of his friends. I can't stay there anymore, nor do I really want to stay in a baseball frat house. Now that I am more senior, I just really plan out my trips ahead of time. So if I know that I'm going to be on reserve for 5 days, I'll usually bid for a 3-day trip that I will find out that I have the day before I have to work the 3-day trip, stay in between that trip and whatever trip I get for the next 2 days, and then after the 2-day trip, I'll just commute back to Raleigh and then do it all over again. So I usually try to bid my days off so that I'm either working for 5 days in a row or for just 3 days in a row, because I found that that's the easiest for commuting, is when I am either working a 3-day trip and then a 2-day trip, or if I'm just working a 3-day trip and then going home. And at my airline, you actually have to be on reserve for 3 days in a row. Like, your block of days that you're working can't be any less than 3 days. So yeah, that's usually what I do. So no, I do not have a crash pad, and if I'm on a line, I don't really have to stay up there as much. But I did just get my schedule for February, and your girl got 100 hours. So for those of you who know me, I am usually a 75 to 85 max hour flyer. So we're gonna have to fix that. Anyways, thank y'all so much for watching this video. I just wanted to show y'all some more trip working content. I have a really good trip that's coming up in about a week and a half, and I will be vlogging it. So look out for that, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already, because I'm way better about posting on Instagram than I am about posting on YouTube, and that way you can kind of see what I'm up to. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. All right, I've been loitering in this parking lot for way too long, so thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.